All right, we are streaming live. Can you hear me now? All right, beautiful. Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk Special Edition, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho. And this is a 2-hour edition starting at 7 today, ending at 9. And if we have to go long, we go longer. This is a special edition that we've never done before, but this is a dedication to our dear friend, our brother, our uncle, our cousin, a guy that just epitomizes our hometown of Perth Amboy, New Jersey, Eric P. Moe Bryan, Shasta P. And I'm sure everybody has other nicknames for him. Probably one of the greatest athletes in our town. One of the top, because we've had so many, and Byron's had a list. But this is a dedication to Eric P. Moe Bryan, and we're looking forward to hearing stories and just great things and sharing the love about a man that I have never met anyone. Byron, I don't know about you. Make sure Byron's unmuted. Byron, I've never heard anybody ever say anything. Unmute yourself, Byron. Never heard anybody say anything. Nothing but good things to have. The only time someone's had a problem with Moe is because they were competing against him.
Yep. I played with him, a couple years, high school, and all the years I've known him, I never heard anything, body say anything bad about this guy. He's a tremendous, but I also don't want to forget Charles Watson. That was another guy, that I played football with. Gene Goujon, he was a cop in Perth, and we played with him back in the day. And we can't forget everybody, but Moe is just one of those special people that you'll never forget.
Yeah. So I want to I just wanted to start now introducing some people that were nice enough to join our show. Hopefully a lot more people are hearing us out there, and to all our subscribers, you're going to enjoy an athlete that played varsity basketball, varsity football from his freshman year, ran track, and just did everything. So I'm going to unmute. And I want to, if everybody could just say a quick, we're going to try to control this as much as we can. I'm asking everybody to unmute. So I'm going to first, we'll start with the lady, Miss Joanne Jones.
She's still muted.
She's still, yeah, I'm trying to unmute. Okay, let me start with Miss Lisa and Shelley. Welcome to the show and a tribute to Eric P. Moe Bryan. You'd like to say hello and introduce yourself real quick?
Yes, my name is Lisa Jones, and I'm here with my mother, Shirley Jones. I grew up with Moe. I've been knowing Moe for 59 years, and I can't say but he was wonderful. He was kind, loving, caring. I miss him so much. Even when he had cookouts and stuff, he would walk up the street to my mom's house, because she still lives in Dunlap, and he would make sure that he always brought her a plate. Every time you saw Moe, he was smiling, always asked how you doing, always caring for other people. I just can't. Oh, it's just unbelievable. He was truly,
Food, not flu.
truly wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And you're with Miss Shelley, your mom's?
Oh, Shirley, my mom.
Shirley. Hi, Mom. How are you?
Say hi, Mom.
Fine, how are you?
I'm good.
She's under the weather a little bit, but she's okay.
Okay.
Hello,
great.
Lisa.
That's Mr. Byron Jones.
Hello.
All righty. So we got Richie and his cave crew. Richie, you guys want to do a quick shout out, introduce you? Who you got with your group? Well, first of all,
Go
ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Robert. I'm with Bobby Gatus and Ricky Gatus. We got our whole crew over here. Mo's been with us. Well, Mo's been with Ricky for what? How many years, Rick?
40 years, 35 years.
40 years, 35 years. And, I've been here hanging with the guys the last 6 years. 7 days a week. We all heard from Mo every week. He was a great guy. Love
Awesome.
Shasta. Love Shasta. P. Watley, Mo, whatever.
Awesome.
He would call every couple days just to say hello. Great man. Right, Bob?
Yeah, I agree. And we talk about sports and everything else, but like the woman before us, Mo was just a very kind-hearted, generous, just all-around nice guy, And he was a great athlete as well. But to me, Mo was more than that. To me, he was like a good friend. He would just very kind and happy-go-lucky. And yeah, I'm gonna miss him as well.
Awesome. I got also I want to give Mr. Janeski. You there, Mr. Janeski?
Yes, Jones.
Yeah, I think I'm here.
Yeah, that's you, Coach Janeski. We got our coach, our athlete, and our history teacher, Mr. Ray Janeski's on the line. Thank you so much, Mr. Janeski. I knew you'd be able to get this technology down. Welcome to the Sports Talk and a tribute to Mo.
Richie did it for me.
Well, that's okay. As long as you're on, sir. I'm sure you got some great stories, huh?
Well, it was Mo was one of the finest young men I've ever gotten to know in my experience. In recent years, especially with Ricky, he's been hanging around with Ricky, and they've been at my house. I've gotten to know Mo not as an athlete, but as a person, and I think he epitomizes, I guess, what's best in a Perth Amboy in terms of our people. He just a great young man who my wife and I have come to know and love. We've been through a lot with Mo, with Ricky, and I'm sure we're all going to miss him. I miss him more. We miss him every day. He was with me the day before. He was at our house, and it really was a very difficult moment when we heard about Mo passing away.
Well, thank you again, Mr. Janeski, and we'll come back. I will come back around here. I'm going down the line. Coach Shalita Lisa.
Hey, everybody. I'm from Perth Amboy. I graduated in '84, and Mo was a very nice person to everybody. He always treated me special, with respect. The way he treated everyone, like he treated everyone that way.
I don't want to.
It's just a hard thing to hear that he was gone.
Where are you calling from?
I'm still an Amboy.
Oh, you're an Amboy? Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I'm Lisa. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. No, because there's like three names. There's Coach Shia, there's Shalita, and there's Lisa. So I don't know if there's three people or one person.
Oh, no. Well, that's my coach name. Shalita's my government name. Lisa's my nickname.
Okay, cool.
Just like that.
Got it. Okay. Well, welcome to the show. We're gonna come back around and say, sir, a good friend of mine just joined, and she was one of the catalysts to help us announce this too. So I want to say hi to Stacy. Stacy, let me ask you to unmute. It's Stacy Winfield Alexander. Stacy, you want to say hello and where you call from?
Hey everyone, I'm calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
How are you? And you know Dale you know Mo for quite some time, no?
All my life. My memories of Mo, as a matter of fact, from childhood until we moved, he packed us up. When we left New Jersey, I was residing in Somerset, and he came over and helped me pack up.
Sure.
And he told me I never saw anybody that had so many shoes. Yeah, he said, Miss Winfield, who's had this many shoes? And when my husband tried to chime in, he said, no, this is between me and her. And of course, this coming together on this evening means a lot. And I know he would have been as pleased to have seen and heard from everyone for his homegoing service as well. So thanks for pulling everyone together. Unfortunately, it's for this event.
This is Joanne Jones. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Victor, I can't hear you.
My name is Joanne Jones, and I
Hi,
would
Miss
like
Joanne
to
Jones.
speak.
Yes.
Hi. Mo
Where
will
you calling
always-
from?
I'm calling from Salem, Ohio.
Welcome.
Ohio, look at this, bro.
Thank you. I grew up and I was born and raised in Perth Amboy. And Mo and his family have been in my life, my family's life, all my life. I'm a little older than him, but I knew him through and through. We enjoyed each other's company so very much. And everybody's right. He was the sweetest and most forgiving and he was just the best. I will always think about Mo.
So thank you, Miss Jones, for calling. The way we're going to do this, I'm going to keep rotating around so people could all share in the stories. I was on mute because I just called Dale. Dale is going to be calling in soon. He kind of got the times mixed up, Byron. And thanks, Stacy. Right, we announced it. We got to mix. He said basketball practice is coming on. I got a 609 number in. Who's calling in from 609?
Oh, I can hook you up with that.
609.
It's me, Frog.
Who?
Who's
Me,
calling?
Frog.
Anthony Faniel.
Oh, Frog.
Frog. Yeah. What's up?
It's Frog. Oh my! I can recognize Frog with a mask and a hat and everything. I couldn't recognize his. I couldn't recognize his voice It's the first time I couldn't recognize you, man.
Oh, I know, Vic. You always recognize me.
Now I can recognize your
going on?
voice. There you go. That's the distinctive voice. How are you, bro? And where are you calling in from, bro? Hey guys, hey everybody, can you remember you're live and you're on sound. So in respect for everybody in the noise, like if you're not in the moment of talking, if you could either mute yourself or stop the background because we hear a lot of background. Is that okay, Richie and crew?
You can hear us, Vic?
Yeah, of course we can hear you. You're on the microphone. So, Froggy, go ahead, Froggy.
Where's my microphone?
Yeah, man. It's been a rough couple of weeks, Vic. As you know, Chester P was one of those guys that you hear from on football Sundays. You know what I'm saying? And he loved his Raiders and his Lakers so much that for us to hear him call us to talk that smack that he does, like he likes to talk. It's like something you want to hear on Sunday. And when basketball come around, which is about to start up, it's going to be even harder just watching the Lakers play, knowing that, Shasta's not around to, talk that smack. So I'm going to miss that so much from him. It's been a struggle these last few weeks, but
stock for immediate delivery
it's rough.
on the way.
All right, well, I appreciate it. So look, how we're going to do this, and we're going to keep going around. We're going to share some stories. Let's talk a little bit about his team, the Raiders. Let's talk a little bit about the Lakers. Our shows normally, NFL. We talk other sports, but I'll. Let me start off with one of my stories since my grammar school wasn't mentioned. They mentioned Southern School. They mentioned beginners. I went to Holy Spirit, so that's how I know Mo from high school on, and Dale and I are actually a lot closer than most people thought, or even knew. I think Richie, you knew how close we were, and Dale knows how close we were. Is that correct, Rich?
This is Jersey.
Yeah. So all right. So I'm gonna let me go here. So my story.
Yeah. Do you hear me now, Vic?
Yeah. You
I
knew how.
unmuted myself, so we're not so loud, bro.
No, that's good. That means there's somebody else too. You
Somebody else.
knew how close we were.
And everybody mutes their phone unless they're speaking.
Yes. Yes. So I'm gonna actually do it.
You should mute their phones. Everyone.
I'm gonna mute them all.
And 1% honors.
Mute all. Okay, except for my co-host. Mr. Byron. Byron, you there? Unmute yourself. And then look, there's a chat button, or you can see a chat. You can call in. I'm going to go through the line and let everybody go. Byron, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. So, here's my story with Moe. When I went from Holy Spirit to Perth Amboy High School, there's definitely a big transition, right? Going from the same kids every year to going to a school with a whole bunch of athletes and so forth. And I knew a lot of the older people just from playing, and I lived across the street from Washington Park. But, right off the bat, I knew who Moe was. In grammar school, we played against Show School. I mean, he was just amazing. But, my story of Moe was my junior year. Coach Glenn Davis was talking to the team, and he was talking about, you put your greatest athlete, and no disrespect to the other positions, Byron, but your greatest athlete goes to free safety, and that was Moe's position. And Moe just epitomized, he played everything. I seen him do a 99-yard punt return. Interception for a return. He did punt returns. He punted. So I kind of idolized Moe. And then my sophomore year, that's when they went undefeated with Larry Rudolph and Dale and Irvin Perry and Castro. I mean, the whole undefeated season. And that's where I decided, hey, I want to play in the free safety position, and I had to earn my way. Coach had to give me a chance to earn my way, and I was able to earn that opportunity to play that position. And I was fortunate enough to have a really good game and break Moe's record. It was he had 3 interceptions a game. I have 4, and I'm not talking about me, but in the newspaper they had called me. They asked me questions, and the first thing I said is, it's the story I'm telling you. I learned everything by watching Moe. I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be that good. And I don't think I was as good as Moe, but I was fortunate enough, and I'm going to wrap it up now, to play basketball, to play football, and also play baseball. But, then when I graduated high school and I went to college, and Moe and Dale would help me on and even William Penningfeather, but they would help me on the summers and running routes, and Moe would tell me how to look and how to draw a quarterback in. I mean, he had incredible instincts. I don't know if those of you who play with him you would know, or those him. Moe used to wear booties. Byron, remember, he used to wear those little booties.
First one I ever seen with them on.
Booty socks with little bells, but he had the bells on them.
Yep.
So I would wear the same thing, and people used to, in college, they were like, "What is this?" They were, like kind of make fun, and I just, to me, that was P Moe. So if he could do it, I could do it. I just had to play to that level. And when I graduated college, one day, I don't know where we met, but Dale and Moe were coming around, and they asked me to join them on a team in Sayreville flag football. And just as I wrap this up, for me, at least this story, that was like my ultimate, when the people I looked up to in sports, the Swindells, Moe, and asked me to join and play with them. That was it. From there was history. We won some championships, and I love Moe. I mean, I he brought me in just like I was his little brother for years, and he always was appreciative that, like, his name was in an article about me. I talked about him because that's what helped me get to where I go. When I used to run, whatever I did, he would push harder. He used to teach me. He would run 4 laps. On the 5th lap, on the 4th lap, the last one, he would push it the hardest. He was the hardest working. I don't know, Mo, how it was when Byron was you, but when I saw him, he was always pushing himself. So, God bless him and his family. I just want to say I got nothing but love for the time that I've been blessed to know him. And that's my story with Moe. And he's still, to me, 5'9" guy who could 360 slam dunk a basketball. That's incredible. Byron?
I remember, let's see, my memory.
And I'm going to go down the line.
If we didn't have Moe my senior year, he was wide out for us. And if we don't have him, we don't win the Carteret game, because his guy, Noberto Rosado, threw that one deep, and Moe went up and got it. And it was like, and he was a freshman. We were all senior. We were predominantly senior. We had 26 seniors, and we had this freshman was the reason why, we ended up, with a 5-4 record, the first time to win in season since 1968. So that's definitely my memory of him. And then I got beat out of the county championships. We became in second place my senior year with, Moe on the team and Kevin, Crudup and Larry Rudolph and all those guys. And then the next year, it hurt a little bit. They won, the county championship. So that's my memory of Moe.
Okay, awesome. I'm gonna unmute Coach Shalita. Lisa, how are you?
I am good. All's well. I was a little younger than you guys, so I didn't really know too much about Moe. In high school, I was a freshman when you guys were seniors, I believe. And I just remember him always being nice to everyone. He was always nice to me. I remember him and Sonetta used to date when we were in high school. And like recently, he was at Stacy's birthday party. That was the last time I saw him, and that was maybe a week before his passing. But, I was always at the house in the backyard, having a good time like everybody else. And he was just a sweet person. Just a sweet person, good to everybody. He helped you do whatever it is you needed him to do. He was there for you. And you can always depend on him. And so those are my memories of Moe.
That's awesome. And that you're a testament to what we were saying. Like, listen, when you're that great of an athlete, sometimes there's an ego about you, right? I can be honest with you, I'm one of them, right? Moe didn't have that.
Yeah.
Like he was just good, and that was it. He let his playing talk. I mean, listen, I played against him in basketball. He used to talk smack while he was playing against you, but he didn't have the ego outside of that, right? And there's not a lot of people that can say whoever you speak to has nothing but something nice to say about a man like Moe. And you just verified that. So thank you so much. Stacy, I know you came on. I wanted to get you on real quick because you were key on getting this going too. I'm asking to unmute.
Well, everyone knows Moe for his athletic ability, and I believe I heard someone say, and we all had the same sentiments, that he was a very nice person. But one thing that one of the conversations that we had, this is so interesting to me. I went to McGinnis School, and Friday, I forget which date it was, August, whatever day. It was a Friday before the Sunday that I saw him last. I went to Coney Island. I've never been in Coney Island, born and raised in Perth Amboy. In my uncle Clifton stayed in there, but I never been in there in my life. But this particular Friday, I went in to get something. And as I was walking in, Moe was walking out. And he says, "Oh, my baby's here. Oh, when did you get in town? Blah, blah, blah." So I said to Moe, "I see you Sunday." He said, "What Sunday?" I said, "Our going away soiree." He says, "Oh, nobody told me. My secretaries didn't tell me." So I said, "Well, it's Sunday. It's down at High Tavern." He says, "I'll be there, baby. I'll be there." He's 4:00. He walks in. We're out. It was an outdoor party. He walks in, and Ronnie started playing his Parliament, and he had a ball. He stayed. He danced. He ate, and before he left, he took my cheeks and said, "I love you." And I felt like it was like, that was the first time I realized that I was leaving Perth Amboy, but I didn't know that he was actually saying goodbye. I'm so glad that I went to Coney Island that day, because I don't think it was by chance. I think it was all God's design, because it was already planned that had I not gone there, he would have never been there on that Sunday afternoon.
So let me ask you a question. There was some debate during his services, and this is a celebration of life, about Moe's dancing capabilities. So Can
She
you help
was
me
right.
out? Can you help me out? Wait, I don't know. Wait, you didn't tell me which answer. They had two sides of the story. So
Donna told
tell me your perspective of the dancing. That's what I know. Right.
Donna was right on point with that. He could not dance. But the good thing about it is that what we loved about it is that he would always dance. He wasn't a great dancer, but he would dance. And we danced most of that afternoon, and he said Panthers for life, and he did his bark call. And then his OCD kicked in. I don't know if everyone knows that, but he had OCD really bad.
No.
Okay.
He would clean and fix stuff and organize stuff. I don't know if you guys know that.
Oh, no wonder he told me. When I met him one time, he goes, Vic, hey, if you ever need me for anything, blah, 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 bro, I can clean. Anybody can clean better than me. Nah, nah, nah. And
that's the truth.
I was like, all right, well, let me see what I got, done. But you just turned that around. Like I had to drop him off one time at Dunlap. And I was visiting from Florida, and we were talking. Said, "Mo, what's going on, bro? Da 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 da." And he was all over it. He goes, "Bro, I'm the best. Nobody can clean better than me." Now, you just you made sense to me right now. What you just said.
He was when I in between the party, I looked over and he started cleaning up and cleaning the tables, and the people were like, "Why is he doing that?" And I said, just let him do him. That's him. That's him. Just let him do him. Yeah.
What's ironic is the guy set because a dance, a person who could dance, you have rhythm, you have there's kind of like an art to it, so forth, right? When you dance, I dance salsa, merengue, I can dance, right? But I don't know about you, Byron, but
I can.
But
I'm from Puerto Rico.
I know you can. I was talking about Byron, but the funny part is, he was such a graceful athlete. Like his dancing was on the court. Because I seen him do things on the court that as well as I could dance, I can't do what he did on the court. So it's pretty interesting how one doesn't really relate to the other. You think it would, but it does. And then being from Amboy, right? We had the house parties and the basement parties, right? I love those. Never move much. So that's an interesting outlook. Thanks, Stacy. We'll come back to you. Froggy, yes, sir.
One second. Stacy's uncle was my idol, Clifton Winfield. I just want everybody to know that was my guy.
He was my coach. He was one of my coaches too, and I was a big coach, boy. I didn't want to mess with him, man. Not only that, he made us hit the sled, and he'd be on it. So I didn't want to. Is Mr. Janeski still on it? Mr. Janeski got okay. Richie and crew. Okay. What was I going to tell you? Okay, we got Stacy. You got Froggy. You want to get something going, Froggy? That's unmute.
Vic?
Yeah, Roddy.
Yeah, man. How's everything?
Everything's good, man. I remember, by the way, God bless your brother too, man, because Freddie was part of that undefeated team.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
I always thought of him and Mo with that 1-2 lefty righty punch coming down too, right? So I want to just shout out to Freddie Faniel, another great player that we lost.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Vic. For real. Yeah, man. Like I said, that team of Mo and Dale, that year they won it after Byron, which I thought Payne cheap shot Todd Swindell and got his stitches over his eyes. Other than that, we would have won that game. But I hear Byron's pain on that because the next year they actually won it. So in that county championship. So those were great memories of those teams. But I want to share a moment with me and Mo that we used to do things like get people together. He was one of those guys that would try to bring everybody together, like sort of what you're doing here, Vic. Try to get everybody from the town. Let's get together. Let's have this barbecue. Let's reminisce. Let's talk about old times and old Perth Amboy, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, he was that type of dude that would bring us all together. And, knowing that he's not going to be around anymore, it's going to be a struggle, especially on Sundays with football. And like I say, it's going to be tough just knowing that for me, I can't speak for everybody else. There's a few of us that got this same feeling, but just to hear that voice crackling, talking smack, I can hear him now, just going at it up there, just going with the Lakers and the Raiders. And, I'm going to miss that a lot from him. And, I don't want to sit back and reminisce on those type of things, but he's going to be just so missed, especially for some people that he's real close with. And I get it with Dale and even Byron. He was real close with Byron. He loved Byron. And I'm going to miss him a lot. I still do. So I just wanted to share that with everybody out there. Just keep him in, his family, and just know Moe is always that guy. Just keep his spirit alive. And I appreciate what you're doing, Vic. You and Byron. I love you guys.
I think we could, I think there's some things, I got some ideas we can do, getting together at Dunlap, doing maybe something as a fundraiser for something on behalf of Moe. I mean, I'm sure we got enough smart people that we could do stuff, and we need to stay together because things like this in a heartbeat happen. I was at a conference. I was brokenhearted. Our video, Byron was gracious enough to continue with our podcast that day. And I just joined real quick because I had to run up in the conference, and that video went like 2,000 views, and obviously, unfortunately, tears in my eyes started coming up, but I had to say something for that day. But things can go like this, and we've been fortunate to come from a small town, but a lot of people, and we're a blended group. You know what I mean? So we need to try to make sure that we stay in touch. Glenn Closs called me. A bunch of people called me about the hurricane the other day. He reached out. He yelled at me, coming, get out of there or whatever. And I got nothing but pride and love for my town. Everybody laughs because like, "How you Jersey boys? You live in Florida. You're a Floridian." I go, "I'm a Jersey boy, and I'm a boy from Amboy." So we're clear. There ain't no confusion. Richie, I wanted to just, you were saying something. Richie, I'm going to unmute you because you were on the phone with Bobby and all these guys. So I'm trying to unmute you. Let me tell you, Moe, like you talked about yelling for the games. Man, Moe used to yell so much, sometimes he'd spit on you, right? So he would go crazy with his Raiders. Richie, were you there when you guys called in? He would yell at me. He would be like, tell Byron, why don't you talk about the Raiders? What's the Raiders and the Raiders? And he kept yelling, and I was on the phone and I felt the spit.
I come into the cave here on a Sunday, and he's got the Raiders stuff up here and this, and he's all dressed up in Raiders. And the first thing I say to him, and you know me, Victor, Raiders suck. I tell him straight up to his face, Raiders suck. And he goes, "That's blasphemy, Rich. That's blasphemy. That's right now. Yes. Undress you, and we should all beat you up in here." And you know me, Victor. I'm a Jet man, and I was at your house for the Giants Super Bowl. The only guy rooting for the damn Bills, so I could take a beating. That's for sure. But no, man, Shasta is, he's, dude.
Froggy made a point earlier too, saying that especially on Sundays we'll miss him. Because, like you said, we all came to my brother's garage. Moe put all his Raider stuff all over the place, and we all kind of look forward to that because hearing Moe talk smack, him and Tony Jones with the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that was the best.
And that was always a fun thing to be around and listen to them two go at each other. But Froggy's right; he'll be missed on Sundays a lot. And it's just a lot of good memories with Moe.
Oh yeah, he's too much. You guys have no idea.
Greatest
how many times he call you a week?
I would never forget when he kept yelling at me while, and Moe's mild mannered, but when he's he mild mannered. I never see him mad or anything, but when he talks passionate about his teams, it's like a different person. I mean, total even over the phone, he was like, "My Raiders! Why aren't you talking about Raiders? The heck with the Giants! The heck with the Giants and the Raiders!" And I'm like, "Bro, it's an NFC show, bro, from Amboy."
Bro, he loved the Raiders.
Excuse me.
Yes.
You mentioned Tony Jones.
Yes.
Tony Jones. This is Joanne speaking.
Hi, Miss Joanne.
Tony Jones called me up one day and asked me if he could bring a couple friends over. They had just finished playing football. Ricky. It was Ricky, Tony, Mo, of the whole football team. I said, Tony, I thought you said you just wanted to bring a friend over. They had me cooking and laughing. Oh, boy. We had a ball.
And he's hard to say no to. I mean, look at his face on my
Yes.
screen. Look at that face.
Yes.
Yeah, say no to that face.
It's hard to say no to that face. And then he's gonna love you and kiss you and hug you. He's gonna do everything possible. He's like, he should have sold, you know what I mean? But yeah, he was I wanted to give a light of stories of Mo's life. And the thing is, this is a sports show, but we're talking about it. And the reason why I thought it was so important, not only because he's our friend and brother and cousin and family member and from our hometown, right? But again, because the quintessential athlete, but just everything that made about him, right, was key for me. And to be
Vic, am I
lost at
still
an
on?
early age. Yes, you are, sir. Go
Listen,
ahead.
let's let Mr. Ricky Gator say something about Mo.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick.
Vic, I'm going to try to keep it so I don't break down.
It's okay.
For
Break down.
35
That's
years,
so
I
it's
never
okay.
missed Mo's football games. His freshman year, basketball game. He was in me for 35 years, 7 days a week. We haven't missed a Sunday football game till he passed away. And you can imagine how much I miss him. What everyone said, I'm all in it. I'm trying to keep my composure. But you have no idea. He's the most kindest person. I get mad at him because we have parties. He's the cleanup man, does everything, cook, clean, and he's not here to do that. And to this day, I'm still waiting for him.
It's okay, Rick. It's okay,
It's
Rick.
all right, Rick.
I'm still on, boss.
That's okay, bro. Let it go. This is what this is for. Oops, unmute. You unmuted it, Rich?
Yeah, just go to somebody else right now, bro. It's a little tough
All
over
right.
here. All right,
It's
bro.
okay. Tell him it's okay, man. This is not, this is a dedication.
No,
that
but
it's
you
going to
know,
bring out the
sir.
good. It's going to bring out the good. I didn't know
I know.
that they were that close, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I knew they
man,
were close.
no.
I didn't know that they were together that long, right?
Oh,
Because Ricky's older than me, even older than during our
yeah,
time.
he's older than us, yeah. But
Yeah, but I didn't
they've
know
been-
that you
they've
guys
been-
all got together that much. So I could
Oh, no.
I can understand him.
Every week.
Let's get
Every week.
to
Every week.
let's get to
Get somebody else going.
let's get somebody a PU
Go ahead.
Press
Go ahead.
joined. So I'd like to oh, wait a second. Yeah, PU Press had just joined. So I want to see if they could come on and introduce yourself, where you're calling from.
Ricky and Mo were also neighbors.
Yes, they were.
I'm asking you to mute. PU Press. No. Okay. I see Mr. Janeski.
Yeah, get Mr. Janeski on.
Let's get Mr. Janeski on. I'm trying to find him here. I have
Coach.
him. There he is. Yeah, Coach.
Yeah,
Okay. He's here.
yeah,
Coach,
okay.
Coach, you saw Mo play during his time. You were a teacher while we were playing. I don't know if you were coaching then, but you saw his play on the field.
One of my great disappointments was never coaching a team on which Mo participated. I had just, well, I wish I had stayed. Let's put it that way. And to have kids like you and Byron and Ricky, really, the kids that really wanted to play. Well, those are the kids that really made us what we are. We are the kids who really wanted to play, and we're good kids. Nobody better than Mo. I mean, he had it all. He really did. He was some athlete. He would say maybe, he's right up there with some of the Amboy greats. He should be ranked pretty high.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. I got
Well,
Coach.
hold on. I want to make
Question.
go ahead, Mr. Byron. Go ahead.
Coach Janeski.
Right.
Yeah, I got to catch. What do you think he in the top 5? You got a top 5, Amboy?
Well, people tell me who the best players you coach and whatever. They're all great players, as far as I'm concerned. All the kids that came out and played, I respect them. Even the last kid on the team comes out, plays football or basketball or baseball or whatever. You got to respect them. They're out there. Nobody else was out there. They were there. So I respect them. And out of that respect, I don't, I think we all know who the greats are, in Perth Amboy history. I go back a lot longer than most of you. And there were some great ones then, and there were some great ones now. But there were, let's say, there were very few better that I ever saw. He was a great, great kid, and I respect him, and I respect all the kids who played. I really do. I think they're all. Everybody asks me. I think they're all number ones. If they played, participated, God love them. I mean, I know some were. I don't know. Some played more than others, but nevertheless, if they were out there, they counted, and they really got my respect for just being out there. When others, maybe a little more talented, were not out there. So,
but I'd like to give a little bit of shout out to all the great players that went through Perth Amboy. Even coaches, when I was getting recruited, would ask me, why do you guys record? What's your record? You got a lot of talent here. It is what it is. But I would like to give some props to my co-host Byron Jones. Byron played in the NFL. He played in the NFL. So
he's certainly up there.
No matter how good anybody could be, he doesn't like me saying it or whatever, but at the end of the day, if you make it to the show, if you make it to the NFL, Byron did, and I just want to give a shout out to him and the Taylors,
absolutely.
They made it to the professional league, and there's no higher level than you can go from there. So, quick shout out to Mr. Byron Jones, as good as a lot of the athletes were there. But
I'm sure he ranks up there. He's one of the great ones. Yeah.
So I just want to share some before I go on to the next guest, because I know there's some people. Somebody just joined as well. It's 732. Is that you, Dale? By any chance? Hold on. Let me see. I see a 732 just in case that's Dale, because I want to make sure Dale gets his time. So don't yell at me for this list, because Byron put it together. But if you want to be on, if you know people on this list, you got to come on this show. So hold on a second. All righty. Can everybody see my screen? You guys don't see the screen, do you?
Can you see some of this?
I don't know if you can see the screen, but let me just show you real through. If you guys could see the screen, you may be calling in.
I see the names. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize the Rescos. I didn't realize like Joseph Neiman.
Sure. I'm not sure.
Mr. Janeski's right here. Look, in 1950.
Well,
Ricky Gatiss and Bobby Gatiss, your dad played there. Billy Gatiss. Is that your uncle? I mean, there's some good. Here's the Taylors. So, a lot of people ask us about, we should talk about the athletes. For everybody on the show, Jay Zaniski, and then in 1970.
Let me see here. All that, don't roll that so fast.
Now I'm in trouble. Byron, you're in trouble. Byron made the list. I'm going to give him props for the.
Of course, he should make the list.
He created the list. He's on the list.
I don't care. He belongs on it. No question.
He definitely belongs. He's on it. There's no confusion.
I put myself on there.
Yeah, I put him on there. But look at the Nemeths, which is part of the Gatiss, right? Bobby, isn't that your cousins?
Yeah, they're my aunt and uncles, the Nemeths and cousins, yes.
So these are generations, like Ernie Oresco. I didn't know that Joseph
Ernie's father was quite a player.
Yeah, but I mean, these are like 3 or 4 generations. So you see this here, Pete Savino. I remember Big J.
I give Pete a lot of credit. He was the one that really put Perth Amboy football back on the map through his leadership, his effort. He just a great kid. We started him as a freshman against Carteret. And I told the coach, I told Billy Gates, he said, we're going to get this kid killed. He's a freshman. He's a small kid. Well, I'll tell you, we almost beat him. And from then on, Amboy, everybody sort of looked up to Peter. He was great effort, and he helped to turn around the Amboy football program back in the early 60s. So I give a big shout out to Peter. He was a great leader. Let's put it that way.
Victor, can't hear you.
Huh?
No,
I muted myself. Okay, Byron, if you could go. So I just wanted to show you the guys, everybody on the phone, the list. Baseball. I
see the list.
So we'll add some more
you
later.
didn't miss many. No, there's Nate Duran. He was great.
Clifton
Generally,
Winfield,
the great
Stacey.
players were great people.
But remember Juan Polanco? Remember Juan
Yeah.
Polanco? Hey, I don't know if everybody remembers on the phone here, but Juan Polanco was a guy who, Byron, you know the story better, right? But all I do know about Byron, you can share your story because I got to get Dale in right now. But Juan Polanco, I remember they got sewer caps and drilled holes in them because he was so strong. They had to put the sewer caps. They were like 180 pounds each one just to put him on the bar so he could bench press him. Byron, you want to share the story about going up against him with Juan Polanco?
I had to practice against this dude. I was a junior and he was a senior when, we also had Mark Harilik too was on that team. So picture, you got Mark, you got Juan, Danny Romero was another good one that we had. It was Carlos Serrano and all these guys, man. It was a beast. Especially like Juan, that was like running into a brick wall. And then you figure it's a guy that played 1 year football and ended up, full ride to the University of Pittsburgh. And you have, Mark went to, Clemson. So, we had the talent, but it's just, things happen sometimes. But Juan Polanco was a beast in practice. He was an absolute beast, and Mark Harilik too, both of
them. Your story went short, and I want to give a shout out to Mark Harilik as well. Not only because not only was he a great athlete, he got a scholarship to Clemson. He won a national championship, and then went on to be an Army Ranger. Is that correct?
Yeah.
An Army Ranger. So he served his country, went to college football. Won a national championship, served the country as an Army Ranger, and he's a Perth Amboy, true and true. Other than he's a Dallas Cowboy fan, I won't hold that against him. But that's the deal. So let's go. I got a couple people called in here.
Don't
I got
forget, Nate Turan, University. What is it? Rutgers.
I got 732 208-0279. I'm asking you to unmute, and then a 732-397-2930. If you guys can unmute, that would be great. If not, I want to keep going. All right. I heard somebody.
Hello, guys.
Hi, who's this? And where are you calling from?
This is Anthony. This is Moe's nephew. I'm married to his niece, Danelle Pate, and we were just listening on you guys. Want to say hello? How you doing?
Thank you.
Hi,
Good.
Anthony.
How are you?
And Janelle. We'll tell his niece, we said our condolences, and this was a tribute to everybody. So thank you. I just wanted to ask you your name so I could name you on the thing so I could call on you. Thank you. Where are you calling in from?
We calling in from, we on the road right now.
Amboy.
Amboy there.
Okay. Oh, awesome. Person. And then I got another 732
979-5603.
08. Who's that?
That's me, Vic.
Dale. All right. The man we've been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen,
hey,
let me introduce you to one of the players on the undefeated Perth Amboy basketball team, and the 1 and 2 and most best of best friends, Mr. Dale Swindell.
What's up, Vic? Hey, Byron, how's it going, brother?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sorry about that. I volunteer coaching the high school basketball team, So we were training, and it just slipped my mind. I apologize.
Oh shoot, Dale, I muted you by accident. Unmute yourself. There you go. All right, sorry.
That's what. All right, you got me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Like I said, and Vic, Byron, thank you guys for doing this. It means a lot. It means a lot to the family. It definitely means a lot to me. And I know the people that love them all. So we appreciate you guys.
So Dale, no, we thank you for for all. Like I want to thank Stacy. I want to thank his niece who reached out to me. To be honest with you, right, Byron? We just had a show, and I came on and just said something, and man, we had the outpouring of love for the show, and then everybody said, "Hey, please let me know in advance." So I had conferences and things, and I flew up there, and then you guys were nice enough. At least Frog, Froggy was nice enough to make sure I got on the microphone.
Yeah, boy,
I just wasn't expecting the people to be yelled at. So, but that kind of, and then it shocked me. And then Stacy was also nice enough. So Stacy, thanks for helping out and his niece. But Dale, we wanted you. We got Sandy Davis joining us as well. Awesome. So Dale, tell us about well, you got a lot of stories. So one, let's start with the top one, right? Not the top one, but at least for us that everybody experienced that undefeated season and just playing with Moe and that team and just how great you guys were. What was that feeling? How was Moe that whole season? Because he must have been beside himself.
Sure. Vic, I got a little bit of feedback. Maybe from my phone or what, I have a little bit of feedback.
Okay,
sorry. Yeah, no worries. So I just to start out, I like. Can you hear me, Vic?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, we're good. We can hear you with no problem.
Okay, cool. So before I start talking about the high school years, I just like to talk about the type of person that Moe was. It's not out of sports. It incorporates sports a little bit, but growing up in shell school. Of course, we always played basketball and all that. But one thing the type of person Moe was, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. There was a store called Green Shacks down the street from Shell School. So lunchtime, everybody would go down to Green Shacks. When Moe would go down there, everybody didn't have money, but Moe always seemed to have some money because his dad always looked out for him. Moe would buy for everybody that was in the store. And this went on for many years. And this is just the type of person he was. He was just out of his pocket, make sure everybody was taken care of, whether he knew you, he didn't know you, but everybody knew him, of course. So he would do things like that. You know what I mean? So that's the type of person he was.
Yeah. Stacy, you had something you want to say, Stacy?
Yeah. Dale, I was waiting for Dale to jump on, but one thing I wanted to say, I'm not sure if you remember, but we honored the 81 team, the basketball team, at our homecoming. He was so pleased with that. When I came to him and said, Moe, this is what we're going to do if you're willing to allow that to be done. Are you serious? Of course.
He emphasized his words when he got excited.
Maybe we should get bobbleheads. Maybe we should get bobbleheads or something. I said, I could get you something, but I don't know a bobblehead, but I was able to get him, I'm not sure if everyone knows this, a key to the city.
Well, no, I remember, Dale, I remember that they had you guys and Coach Missouri, or all you guys were there, and you were still left from the undefeated team, went to the city. No, I saw this. I remember seeing that.
I gave him a key to the city with Honorable Wilda at the homecoming event that I would do. Lisa Richardson and I would handle annually.
Yeah, you guys got to do one of those again.
All right, so I've heard. It is interesting because right before all of this, I will receive phone calls from my uncle Elwood and others saying, "Hey, you guys had a hiatus. It's time for you to get back on it." And every other person at his homecoming said, "Stacy, if this doesn't push you to do it, I don't know what will. We need that. We need you guys to come back."
Sometimes that happens. That happened with my grandma a long time ago when we did our family reunion. But I could tell you that, Mo, unfortunately, the circumstances brought, I felt like I was at a reunion with people of like 15-year reunion. There were so many people at his service that I didn't see. And I was glad I was fortunate enough to be able to fly up and spend that time with everybody, with Byron and see Dale. I haven't seen Dale a long time. And Dale, I was telling the story before you got on, but how I looked up to you guys, and like on the summers you guys would help me work out when I was playing college, and then like my greatest my great he would teach me stuff, you would run routes with me, and then I said my greatest moment is like you guys pulled me over one time, like, all right, what's up with these guys, want something with me? And you're like, hey, come on, we want you to come play with us. It was like the ultimate high for me, because you guys, I think about it, I was looking up to you guys, right? You guys are undefeated, you guys were the greatest athletes, and that was a treasurable, that was a precious moment for me, coming from where I came from. And I just wanted to say thank you again. I know I told you that before, but it was an honor when Dale and Moe Bryan asked me to play on their team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, well, you were a big help for us too. You were in your own right. You held your own. That's for sure. That's for sure. Vic, a couple things. Like, what people don't know about Mo is that when we played football, he was my receiver. When we played football, Mo was the punter. He was the kickoff. He was the place kicker. He was a 3-point kicker. He was a linebacker. He never came off the field. He never came off the field, and he was all righty when he kicked and punted lefty.
Yep.
Which is the weirdest thing. He never came off the field. He played every position. Absolutely. And another thing that amazed me with him, he always played football with no socks on. Winter, it didn't matter. He never wore socks.
Well, no, he wore the boot. He used to wear those booties with bells on. He used to wear the booty bells.
Very, very rarely. He would wear them if it was really cold, but he preferred not having those socks on when he played, which was crazy. Mo was a great athlete. I'll tell you one story. We were playing back. We were in a tournament. The high school county game. So I'm going down the court, and I'm going down. I said, "Oh man, this is going to be an easy dunk." But being an athlete, you'll know that you can feel somebody coming up behind you. And the ball gets stolen from me. I'm like, what the heck? I look, and it was Mo. He stole the ball from me. I'm like, what? So I said, Mo, what you doing? He goes, Swin, I had to have it. I got to have it. I'm like, man, could you imagine in the middle of the game, your own teammate steals the ball from you? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
What was his reason?
He needed to score.
Great story, Bill.
Hey, but you guys everybody got to remember too that he only played 3 years and scored over 1,000 points.
Yeah, he played a little bit of freshman, then off the JVs, and then they took him right from with sophomore year. He played all varsity. Yep.
So then 2.5 years, he scored 1,000 points.
That's a lot of stealing the ball.
That's why he stole the ball from you, Dale.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
He was a gunner.
Okay,
he was a gunner.
Oh, was a gunner.
He was a scorer. He was a scorer.
Yeah.
So we used to have this thing where people probably would see that he was injured, but what we do is if he saw my face and I was angry with him, I didn't think he was hustling, he would act like something's in his eye, he'll fall down, and he would come to me, say, come on, Swin, don't yell at me out here in the court. Don't yell at me. So that was the thing. He would fake an injury just to tell me, don't yell at me, man. Don't yell at me out here.
Yeah. Hey, we just got a 908 that joined us. Who's joining us? 908.
Hey, Vic, this is Aziz.
Hey, Hazi, how are you, brother?
I'm good. What's going on, bro?
Good. Where you calling from? Amboy?
I'm calling from North. I'm at work right now.
All right, awesome. Anthony, we got a whole crew. We got Dale, we got Tracy, we got a whole bunch of people, Stacy, we got a whole bunch of people on, and we're just sharing a couple stories. You got a personal story, the kind of man Mo was, an athletic story. What do you got for me, Aziz?
All right,
but real quick, wasn't that your daughter that I met? That's a coach at Amboy? Was that
Who
you?
did it?
No, no.
I did it? No.
Okay. So go ahead.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Now, we all love that dude. You know, everybody got stories about him. But I got a story about when is Ricky Gators on? Is Ricky Gators on here?
Yeah, he's here. Ricky Gators here.
Hey Ricky.
Yeah.
Hey Ricky. You remember when we was playing with the Oaks?
Of course I do.
All right. Remember the night that we was at Michael Day's house?
Yeah. Distinctively.
Hey, Michael Day's driving. I'm in the front passenger seat. Mo and Ricky are in the back seat.
They threw up on you.
And Mo threw up on my head.
Yeah, they threw up on you. Or who?
They threw up on my head from the back seat of the car.
Absolutely did. I was there.
There was a silhouette of my head with vomit on the front window.
Well,
yes.
Let's hope that was due to bad.
Driving,
Let's hope that was due to bad driving, because this is a PG show. So let's leave everything off.
Listen. I looked at him. He just looked at me like, I know you want to kill me.
Yeah,
Hey Rick.
Yes,
I wanted to beat him up so bad. I looked at him. He was sick. I couldn't even do that to him.
Yeah, he got that face. It's hard to. I can't imagine everybody.
I can't hardly understand him, Rick. I can't understand him.
Yeah, Aziz, you got a lot of background, buddy.
Got to turn it straight down.
You got a lot of background. All right, hey Dale, I want to get Aziz. Hold on 1 second. Somebody just joined. Jocelyn. Hold on a second.
Victor, you should go to Sandy Davis next.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, Sandy Davis joined. Yeah, you got to help me out, Byron. Hi, Miss Sandy Davis, and then there's a Jocelyn, I think, joined.
Hi, everybody. This is Sandy Davis, and
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Delaware, but I am born and raised in Perth Amboy. I'm a diehard alumni. But I just want everybody to think about this. I went to St. Mary's for grammar school, high school, and I was a cheerleader. And I could tell you the fear that the basketball players had when they even thought about having to play Perth Amboy and anything to do with Mo. The Swindells, Byron, all of them just scared the hell out of everybody at St. Mary's. We had a good team, but we were no comparison. And that was my first introduction to Mo. Before that, I did not know who he was, but he came to be one of the most important people in my life because he was best friends with Dale and Glenn Davis. And I can remember in my kitchen, and I have pictures, and I think I just recently posted them, giving Mo a Raiders jersey and a Raiders hat. And he cried big tears for about a half an hour. And when he was done crying, he kissed and held my face, and as he always did, and told me how much he loved me. And those crazy two broken pinky fingers that he used to always hold up that looked like somebody ran over them. I don't know anybody else in Amboy that everybody from Amboy can say they don't have a bad word to say about him. And I'm going to go down in history saying there was nobody who probably loved me and did more for me than Mo. I am going to remember him to the day I die. He moved me from 3 of my homes into new homes, and he did for me and my family. And I can't even say how much we owe him for just being that type of person in our community that we all are so fond of and going to miss him so much.
Yep.
Yeah, let me tell you, here's a person who just came on the phone. A couple things. This person just came on the phone who reiterated what almost everyone on this line said for over an hour, how no one's ever said a bad thing about a person for 60 years. You know, I for sure can't say that about myself. Yeah, there's people saying stuff about me right now. So he's just that great of a person. And please, I want everyone to understand that we're live on YouTube, on Twitch. We're on Apple Podcasts. Obviously subscribe to our shows. But the reason why I'm sharing that is this is evergreen. So you can go back and hear this. You can share this with people who didn't know Moe, that may be younger, some of your family members that didn't get a chance to hear the love. Please, Dale, I'm gonna unmute you in a little bit. But everyone said the same thing, right, Byron?
Yep, everybody, I think the same thing.
So this is something that those may not have been able to make it. We can look at for Dale. That isn't okay. Here, Dale, I'm unmuting you because I know Dale's got way more stuff, and Dale's got to be one of my key people here. Just know that you could hear this again. It's on YouTube. You'll see some of the lists that we have that we'll put up, but share it with the family members and share it with his sisters and his family, and let them know the love. I'm sure they know, but it's nice to be able to repeat and hear it again. Is that a fair statement, Byron and Dale?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, because kind of wanted to make it. I wanted to make it last. Does that make sense? Yep. Now it's live. There's no confusion there, right? Moe Bryan, and the other thing is with Jersey Boy Sports Talk. I'm sorry, but there's no one in the state of New Jersey that during that time didn't know who he was, or knew who Perth Amboy basketball team. And a quick shout out to the cheerleaders, because the cheerleaders were pretty tough too during my time. So I don't know. They didn't mess around.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Remember East Brunswick? The cheerleaders were rough.
Beautiful.
They were beautiful, but they didn't mess around.
I agree.
So we came from an interesting dynamic. Go ahead, Dale. I'm sure you got stories for Dave. I mean, you got your youth stories when you play different things. He was your receiver. You got basketball. I mean, you've been with him every day.
Yeah, well, we worked out hard, man. We didn't play no games. When it came to working out, we prepared each other. When we stepped on that court or that football field, wherever it was, whatever we did together, we have worked together since high school in different places. Everywhere I went, I took them with me. We worked at nursing homes and electrical supply stores, and everywhere we went, we were together. I mean, we were one and two. I mean, because like everybody, to reiterate, Moe was just such kind-hearted person. He was almost kind to a fault at times, and that's why we got along so good. There's nothing that there's nothing that you could do for somebody. And I always should say to him, if you do something for somebody and more than you and that person knows about it, then you did it for the wrong reason. And that's what we stuck by, taking care of people, looking out for people. Just as a great athlete as he was a great person as he was. And like everybody's saying, he'll be definitely sorely missed. We used to, when we used to play football, basketball, whatever, because we used to work out together real hard. So we used to not get in trouble because it always worked out. But he would call in the play if I was quarterback, or the resort would call in the play, and we would change it. We're like, we ain't doing that. We're going to do this. All the way from Pop Warner, we would do that. We ain't going to do this. So the coaches would be mad, and they'd be like, oh, okay, well, it worked. But next time, listen to me. We're like, yeah, okay. We got this. We got this. Ain't no worries about that. But, that's how we were. We worked hard. We loved everybody. We loved our teammates. Our undefeated year was, of course, an outstanding year. But the hard work we put in, not just him and I, the rest of the guys, the bench, Boo Boo, Curtis Good, who unfortunately passed, Kevin Kudub, Castro Redondo, all of us, we put in the work. And if you didn't want to get up in the morning, we used to get up in the morning at 5:30 before high school, which no one knew about. We would get up and we would go work out before school. We would get out and work out. But that's what it takes to be good. And that's what we're trying to pass down. Him and I coached the high school because the coach can't coach for a certain amount of time in high school basketball. So him and I, we coached William, we coached all the guys all the way through. Then I moved, and they asked this year, which broke my heart. Tuesday, I just started coaching with the basketball, and it was supposed to be me and Moe. Jeffrey Gumbs, who's the coach now, asked us if we could train them to get them ready. And Tuesday, while I was driving up to the high school, I made a left to go to Donuts to pick Mo up. And I was like, wow, it's hard to get past, but the love, it's just a habit. It's just a habit. Picking up the phone to call him and missing him on that court, stepping on that court with him to coach. And we did a lot of coaching together. I'm glad to be back in Perth Amboy. And I'm glad that you guys are doing this. I'm really happy and I'm proud of you guys, you and Byron, for doing this. It's really important. This day is important, but you guys doing this in general is putting Perth Amboy back on the map. It's everybody expressing their feelings about Perth Amboy, sharing their stories, and it's outstanding. I thank you guys for doing it.
Well, thank you. And
Let
me tell you, Byron and I each week talk about being proud for being from Perth Amboy. I mean, every week. We've been doing this. This is our third year. And we, I'll show you a list in a little bit. Well, you have every Swindell's on the list, Mr. Janeski and so forth. But I want to give a quick shout out to the color guard. All right, because one of the ladies had mentioned she wasn't a cheerleader, but she was in the color guard. But Samara Trujillo. I also wanted to shout out to my Moe equivalent, Benny Rivera. His birthday was yesterday.
There you go.
So happy birthday, Benny. Which he's my Moe to Dale's Moe. You know what I mean? Like, because even Dale's wife Lydia, when she saw me and Benny show up, she goes, "Oh my God, this Moe, Dale, Victor, Benny." I'm like,
she told me that. She told me that, Vic.
She goes, "Oh my God!" It was like 1, 2, 1, 2. You're there's two pairs of people that I know I can associate with all the time. It's you two sets. So God willing that things continue to go. Shout out to the color guard and everybody in Amboy and look, I thought it was a great celebration of life, and it was really. I was blessed to be able to be there, and it was, I'm just glad I made the decision to go up there because to see so many people and spend the time I was able to spend with Byron, because believe it or not, Byron, that was the most time Byron and I spent together since we started the show. So, and then I had to slow him down because he was bringing like droves of people. I still got video from that day, Dale, that I still got to edit, like 3 hours of video. But I'm going to send it to everybody. But, please, those of you that can share this show and download the iPod and listen to it and bring up some memories and bring up your sports teams, man. We want to talk about Dallas. We want to talk about those other teams. We want to talk about the success. We want to talk about the successes. And the second thing I want to mention, Dale, you would probably know better than anyone else, but what I remember, what Mo taught me. So we would run the 40-yarder, right? And then we would run laps of the 40 yards,
Yep.
right? What's the 400 meter, right? What's the around the track?
4x4.
4x4. So we would just run. We would
run.
The last lap, man. That's when he
Got
turned it on.
Right. That's right. That's what we do. The
last lap was like full 150% speed. That's what he taught me.
Oh yeah.
So while
we used to call it. We used to try to cut you off, Vic. We used to call it the fourth quarter. This is the fourth quarter, man. We used to turn out. We used to be on that track and running the old bleachers when they were wooden, running those stairs, playing against each other in that old stadium constantly. The mornings, night, it didn't matter. We would go. We had to be the best. We had to pound you. Like you said, we're going to pound you. We don't have no friends when it comes to sports. There ain't no friends. We would pound each other so bad we would be hurt for come to real practice because we beat each other so much just outside.
And I took that with me through my whole career, like that very last length of the run, the very last lap, the very last sprint, whatever the last one was. Mo was in my head to now.
Turn it on.
You turn it on.
That's right. Yep.
Now you turn it on. So remember, I used to live on Oak Street, right? So I used to, before they blocked off all that area. So I used to run from Oak Street down Fayette, all the way down to like Water Street, all the way down to down the water, and then all the way back around that softball field that used to be there that now it's blocked off.
Yeah, Big William Stadium.
No, was he okay? And then I would come back all the way around, then come back off of whatever that street was, and then start running back up on Oak Street, right? But that very last block between, I think, Smith Street what is it, Fayette, right? Just be on Oak, that block, I had to sprint that whole block, and that was a tribute to what Moe taught me. And this was at the end. I remember taking my kids in my car and say, look, I used to live there, and let me show you where I used to run on January in the winter, right? I would jog and I would drive, and my kids would go, hey, Dad, are you still running? I go, yeah. And I'm driving. Are you still running? Yeah. So when I finally got to that, I think Smith Street, right? It's Smith Street. And then it was Oak, Smith and Oak, right? And up to Fayette, right? I go, now is when I sprinted. And they're like, no way. And I'm like, this is what Moe taught me. Is that correct, Dale? That's the fourth quarter. At the end,
fourth quarter,
you had to push.
If you turn it on, you got to turn. You got to be ready for that fourth quarter. That's why other teams they couldn't handle us. For one, we were better than them, but for two, we was in such good shape because we wanted it so bad. And what I like about right now, Vic, is that we were coaching Moe and I. Like I said, we coached William and Lily and all of them. We coached all those guys. Then when I moved out for Amboy, when I retired from police department, I moved up to Franklin, so I've been coaching up here. When he said to me, Jeff called me and he goes, hey, Dale, because we coached a little bit last year, he goes, can you and Moe come back and help train the kids? I was like, are you kidding me? He goes, I said, how many days a week? He goes, 3. I said, listen, I won't work. I don't care. I won't work. This is way more important than Perth Amboy. It's way more important than money. You can't explain that. So my work is mainly at night as a realtor now in my legal depositions, but it didn't matter. He goes, well, don't you? I said, I don't care about work. Not only that, Saturday mornings we're going to work out, and I'm taking off. I don't care.
It's not that you didn't. Let me repurpose that if that's okay with you. It's not that you didn't care about work, because I know you. It's that you cared more about Amboy's legacy and the help.
Absolutely.
More, that was more valuable to you than work.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because I know you. You're a worker. Right. So it's not that you didn't care about work, though.
Hey, Dale, this is Bobby Gatis. And let me tell you something. I didn't know the little story about guys were getting ready to coach again. Moe would have enjoyed that tremendously.
Oh yeah. We've been doing it for years. Yeah. He used to actually come up here to Franklin and help me coach the kids up here. I should go pick them up, and we used to coach the kids up here because his talent is invaluable. He wouldn't do it with words alone. He will show you. He will show you the hunger and how to be angry, how to be hungry on that court. When you step on that court, there's no fooling. We don't play around. There's no fooling. And that's what kids are missing today. And it's not being transferred down for everybody. I remember with seeing Byron play. My first high school all-star game I ever saw, Cliff Winfield took me to see Byron in the blue-gray bowl, right, Byron? At
North-South.
Yeah, North-South it was called then. Yeah, North-South. Byron was playing at the old stadium, before he went to college. Yeah. So all this is passed down from generation to generation. But we don't have that nucleus of old people in Perth Amboy now to pass it down to our kids. So we're not there.
That's exactly what That's exactly.
We all pass it. You know, we all pass it down. Cliff passed it down to me. Everybody passed it on to each other. But then now there's a gap. And I was so happy when Jeff called me. Listen, we're gonna put Perth Amboy. Like I said, when Stacy had that 81 thing on the Army, no one wanted to speak, so I spoke. And the first thing I said, thank you, Stacy. I said, we're gonna put Perth Amboy back on the map. That's my mission right now with these kids. You're gonna understand what Perth Amboy is about. When you come to Perth Amboy, you know you got a problem. You got a problem. You're gonna sheer fear. You're gonna shake when you go to Perth Amboy. You're gonna shake.
That's awesome.
When you come to Perth
That's
Amboy.
awesome. Hey, real quick before we go on, I want to get Alan West had just joined us. I'd like for him to say a few words. But listen, if everybody's on here, if that commitment Moe and Dale are doing back to the school, and Dale, I would love to have Jeffrey Gums on the show. Any of the coaches from Amboy, right? Byron, we've asked
William Clark.
We've asked these coaches to come on so they could see. I have a gentleman that's on the board that I met when I was at this new conference. He's asking to talk with Kevin Crudup at the Boys and Girls Club up in Union. But we got to give back. So everybody that's on this phone, if you're in Amboy, try to support our teams. right? Try, whatever you can do, come to the game, see them, cheer them on. Because when they see, we got to bring back the old school veteran alumni, right? Because if they see that, it's going to change that culture, and we got to show them.
Yeah, good. Vic, they don't know the culture. They don't know. It's been lacking. We haven't put a banner up.
But some of that's our responsibility, right? As older, players. So if everybody could kind of contribute whatever you can, it would be great. William, welcome to the show. Where you calling from, William?
Yes, sir. I'm in here in Perth Amboy.
Hey, William. Thank you.
Oh man, you picked up, huh?
I had you.
That sounds like Lily.
William,
Yes,
what's your last name, William?
Grant.
Oh, wow, there it is. That is Lily. I don't know who
We just
William
saw
is.
each other.
It's a Grant.
Yes, sir.
Well, he has William Galaxy. I don't even know William Galaxy. No,
Yeah, I'm trying to get there now.
William's a common name, I think, at least.
Definitely common.
But Lily is.
Yeah, it's me.
I remember you
Lily is me.
with the
All
Jerry
that
curls,
love
right? You had the Jerry curls and that little hat. Come on, man.
Oh, let it go, man.
Yeah, bro, I know
Stop
Lily.
playing.
He had the Jerry curls and he
I
had.
think I got one right now.
What was that thing? What do you call that thing you had on your head?
Hold on. Can
Come
you
on.
see my face?
Yeah, put the video on.
No.
Yeah, I'll put you on video, man. You know I ain't gonna.
Yeah, no doubt, baby.
Here,
No doubt.
ask the start
See it?
video.
No, I don't know about that. Hold on. Give me a start the video. My video. Yeah, I'm sitting here in the video.
Yeah, there you go.
You see me now, right?
Oh,
Hold
you're
on,
stealing
get
it.
away.
Yeah,
Get away.
it is. There
Hold on,
go.
get away, brother.
But what was that
Get
thing you
away.
used to wear on your head for the Jerry curl? Remember, you used to wear that do-rag.
No. That's not me. I used to run you down the basketball court.
Yeah.
We used to have fun with that.
Yes,
They
you did.
know it. You used to be like, give me a W, give me an I. And she like share my name. But no, I'm just we talking about Mo right now. This was an important person in my life. You know what I mean? We have fun and talk about him. But like Del was saying earlier, this person was someone that left an inspiring something inspiring in my life. And I just want to give you one story. Vic and I, we was playing in basketball. We was on the same, back in Wood, Missouri. We was playing high school basketball. And I went to a game one time, and Mo did a 360.
Yes.
Mo did a 360. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, my brother was good. My brother was nice. Stacy Grant. He had a jumper that would not quit. My brother's jumper would not quit. And he got it from Dell. And Dell, I think Dell and them got it from him. And they used to compete with each other. And I said to myself one time, I said, wow. I said, you guys are talking about this kid named Moe Bryan. I said, wow. I said, Mo is pretty nice. So I said, I have to go and see him. And my brother would take me to the basketball games all the time, because he know I love basketball. He would take me to the basketball games all the time. And I used to look at Mo. I used to be like, wow. I'm not talking about nothing on the side or whatever. But I used to be like I used to say to myself, this kid is good. And he was humble too, because he was playing with Larry Rudolph. Larry Rudolph, if you guys don't know Larry Rudolph, you guys have to check out the history, check out the books. Larry Rudolph was one of the best players that Perth Amboy High School ever played in Perth Amboy High School. But Mo had the opportunity to play with Larry. And when Mo played with Larry, Mo was like a freshman or a sophomore.
Yep.
But he held it down. Yeah, he held it down.
Hey, by the way, Larry had some hairdo too. And Larry had a tight haircut too. Tight hair too.
No, he tried to have the waves. That's why
he did that. Yeah. Larry had, and he also had that crazy back shot. Remember his hand?
Oh, he man, was no, I got my funky. I have my funky. Just put it back up there again, Victor. Remember
No,
we used to go,
he used
yeah,
to shoot
put it
like
back
this,
up there.
but Larry used to shoot like
Vic,
this,
hold
right?
on,
Like
Vic.
Dale, where's
They don't
Dale?
know
Where's
about
Dale?
us. They don't know about us. Remember we used to go about we used to be in practice. I ain't gonna go deep, but and you was a senior and I was like a junior, and we used to come to practice. And Mark Kaprowski, remember you and Mark?
No, we're talking about Larry. Larry's shot was weird, right? Larry had a back shot.
I want to go back. No, I want to talk about
Larry
Mo.
had Larry had one of the best shots. Larry was one of the best players I've ever seen. I've seen them all, from Urbanski to my brother Rick to Chad, which I played with. We all
Okay, they were good. They were good. Don't get me wrong. But Mo played defense, Mo played offense, and it made me fun. It made me want to play defense. And I was watching them for a long time. Now I'm the young guy, you know what I'm saying? They like juniors and seniors. They were like seniors. I'm like freshmen.
Yeah, when I was a sophomore, sophomore year,
no
my
doubt.
sophomore year
No
is when
doubt.
Larry
No,
was
no,
a senior.
don't get me wrong. And we used to go out there and we used to play with them. And I used to say, I can't wait. And you used to say the same thing, Vic. I can't wait to be able to play with them. We used to just be like they're running around. And we used to be like saying to ourselves, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to be able to play with them. And we used to go to the park and work harder, and harder. Did we not, Vic, did we not work harder?
Yeah, because of them.
Because if you step on that court with them, oh my goodness.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah,
man.
And they were ruthless. They were cheaters too. They would smack your arms.
Hold on. Let me finish talking. With Dell, you still with me?
Yeah, Dell.
Yes, I got you, brother.
Oh yeah, shit, man, you kidding me? Dell used to stop you. You talking about Steph Curry? Shit, Dell used to
PG.
Dell was the first Steph Curry that I ever saw. I thought my brother was nicer. Dell let it know.
We gotta let Dell get going right now. So I real appreciate it. Stay on the line, all right?
Let me let you know now.
All right, but stay on the line, buddy.
Let me just give you this one last little story, and
Sure.
I'll get off the line.
No, stay on the line, but we got to.
I want to give you this last story. I went to college. You know, my brother said, "Yo, college is fun." I said, "Really? It's fun. I'm having fun at high school." And my brother Stacy Grant, he said, "Man, college is so much. It's like 10 more times fun in high school." I'm gonna get it real. He said, all you have to do is go in there and do what you have to do as far as getting an education, go to classes every morning. And he said every morning at 8:30, because he always said to me that when you graduate from college, you want to get a job where you work a 9 to 5. So in order to get a 9 to 5, you can't get no college. You can't go to college and take an 11 o'clock class. No, because that's not gonna make you no money. You got to get up early and you got to work hard. But anyway, with Mo, you know, I said, I'm having fun. I'm having fun in school, and I was in college. I was like thinking about myself. I said, oh, okay, you gave me all this stuff. You gave me all this knowledge to be successful. And I said to myself, nah, I don't want to be around you because you my brother. You know what I mean? Yeah, you my brother. We fun. College is fun and stuff. But anyway, with the Mo situation, I saw Mo do a 360 in high school. I said, wow, how can you do that? He did a 360. And I said, wow. I said, okay. I got to college and everything, started playing college basketball. I went to Montclair State. And I did it. I did a 360, just like Mo did it. And I was like, I wanted to dunk the ball, but I said, let me do a 360. because nobody do no 360. I said, let me do a
Lily,
360.
let me interrupt you, Lily.
Thanks a lot,
Victor
Lee.
had an earlier speaker talk about the keys to the city. Well, you don't know how much Mo complained about Boo Boo taking the keys from the city from him. Irvin Perry. We heard that so much. Yeah, and Boo Boo took the keys from me, he kept saying.
Hey, Dale.
I just had to bring that up.
Dale, you there? You there,
No,
Dale?
Dale can tell the whole story.
Dale,
because
you
that's
there?
his partner. That's his side. Dale is like me and Lindsay. Yeah, Dale can tell it. I enjoy talking to Dale. I enjoy talking to all y'all brothers. It's a blessing to have us together.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Stay on the line. Stay on the
Is
line,
that-
Lily.
Vic.
Hold on a second. Go ahead, Dale.
Hey, Vic, is that Boo Boo on the line?
No.
Well, yeah, no, I wish it was Boo. I tried getting him on the phone, but I couldn't get Boo on the line.
Because somebody was talking about the key to the city. That's a whole other story. We could save no time because it's a long story. That key to the city was Stacey. Stacey said it a little bit right. Like it was given like to the team, right? So everybody was supposed to have a chance to have that key for a little bit, right? So we had the party that Stacey had given, beautiful party. All of a sudden, at the end of the night, we're like, where the heck's the key at? Yeah, no one knew. No one knew where the key went. About a couple months later, Boo Boo was like, I got it. I think I deserve it. So no one knew where the key went. For 3 months, Boo Boo had taken the key and said, I think I deserve it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Like I told the kids today. Without that, you got to start in 5. Then you got the other 5. If that other 5 don't push you in practice to be the best you can, they don't come in here and pout. They don't come in and complain. They cheer you on. If you ain't got that, made us so much better. With the guys that they call it the second team, call it whatever you want to call it. I call it people with different responsibilities. Like second in business. Everybody has different responsibilities. I might be the president, but I just have more responsibility than you have. You just got different responsibilities. We're all the same. We're all the same. So Boo Boo had taken that key for months, and nobody knew where it is. I don't know if you know that. No one knew where that key was.
I didn't know that, and when he
Yeah.
told me, when he shared that with me, I found the key. I found the key, and said the key was to be given to you and Mo, the captains, as a give the key back. It was a search for the key. But
Yeah. Oh, man, that was so funny.
I just tried calling Boo Boo.
But the more the less, he was very gracious and he was very appreciative of the key.
Oh, absolutely. You were like, him and I were both like, well, you know what? Whatever. My point is like, the support team. Without support, you're nothing. You gotta have support. So we were like, Mo was upset, and I was like, Mo, don't worry about it. If he feels supportive of it, that's cool. Mo was like, no sweat. I'm like, don't worry about it, man. It'll surface.
I just tried calling Boo Boo. He didn't pick up.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Yes, Stace.
Can I just say this earlier? Byron mentioned something, and it triggered and it reminded me about my uncle. As the older heads, as Byron said, my uncle was his mentor, and made sure Byron has shared with me early on that Cliff made sure that he and others that I had no clue that my uncle had mentored and assisted, because that's the way Perth Amboy was, period, dot. People are amazed at our camaraderie and how close we are. But in my uncle's last days, it was Mo that took care of my uncle.
Wow.
Man, that's amazing. I mean,
It was Mo. My uncle had his stroke, and I moved him back to Perth Amboy so that he can be on one level. And when Mo realized that I was going back and forth and trying to take care of him and work and do everything, and when he realized that, he told me, stay, I got it. And every day he went there and he sat until he went to sleep. He helped him bathe. He made sure that he ate. and he will report to me every day.
Wow.
Wow.
But let me tell you something,
And my
Stacey.
uncle, and you all know this. They will argue and every day. And my uncle was depressed, but Moe gave him life. It's because he would argue with him over each team and who played. And I thank God for him. And I told Moe that. And he was like, why are you thanking me? Why are you thanking me? Don't thank me. I said, well, let me pay you. He was like, are you kidding me? You're insulting me. And every day, and when he transitioned, Moe was there. And y'all know what size Clifton was.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We had to push the sled. He was on top of the sled.
But he
scared me.
And this ain't even about sports. This is about the heart.
Again, like what you're saying is one, I didn't know that, but I think a lot of people didn't know. But two, it's not surprising how this guy. I'm telling you, there's several people that I've been fortunate to meet in my life, and I could probably count them on less than both of my hands that are people
Vic.
like Moe. You know what I mean?
Hey, Vic.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Vic, remember when I remember the day, cause I was like talking to Mo. I was like, I said, hey man, you know what? We're playing on her. I said, we could use a little bit of help in the backfield, a little bit. He goes, what do you think? I said, I got somebody. He goes, what? He said, let's get Vic. He goes, because Vic, if you remember, that league was terrible. That league was a nasty, nasty league.
Yeah,
it was. There was no. You might as well had equipment on. Remember? It was rough touch. You could hit as hard as you want, elbow, anything, right? And it killed it. So I was like, let's get Vic. So after the very first game, you're like, okay, guys, you're leaving. I'm like, what do you mean you're leaving? I said, no. I lived on Neville Street at that time, remember?
Yeah.
I said, no, you're coming with us. We went back to the house. When very first I was in the house, we sat there and we just laughed. You and your Mo, it got nighttime. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. Rick, you were like, oh shoot, I gotta go home. I'm like, nah, man, we're having a good time. You're like, yo, man, thank you guys. I'm like, thank us, thank you, bro, for coming. That was the first game that we played. We played Somerville.
Yep. And look, that was an honor. That was an honor when you guys asked me. And it was also, I looked forward to those Sundays. Remember, we go to that bar right after.
Hang out. Yep.
I got pictures with Arby's. Remember, we were Arby's, and then we played with Louis Bermudez.
Oh yeah.
We played with Louis Bermudez, and God rest his soul. Another good soul from Perth Amboy. We played for Arby's, and we played that, and then Moe. Think about it. Yep.
No, remember we started out El Cibelli's. Remember?
Yeah, we started at El Cibelli. Yeah, we won there. We won a championship in every team. The only time we lost is when we got the schedule messed up and they wanted us to lose, remember? And we showed up late.
Absolutely. We tore that league up, and I'm telling you, that was one of the worst leagues I've ever seen as far as no equipment. It was vicious. And you and Mo were in the back. I was on the corner. We tore that lead up, Vic, huh?
Yeah, and Louis Pennyfed had played with us for a year.
Yeah, he played. Yeah, after a while, he came and started playing with us. Yeah. Anthony Lester.
Yeah, we used to. Yeah, and then every Sunday we were together in that little bar. It was in Saraville. The league was in Saraville.
Yeah, but we're off the street.
Oh, I'm going to send you a picture. I got the jacket. I still got the championship jackets. Mo, you know what I wanted to talk to you about. So if your kids are listening, and Jeffrey and them, about what you're building and the culture, and I want to bring back to the blue roots and the hard work ethic of you, Mo, and everyone. I don't know, I'm a stat guy, obviously, so when you guys went undefeated, you guys were averaging 40 points on defense. Your diamond, your 22 defense, because we ran the same thing. The 22 defense Missouri ran, and your diamond defense, you guys would score. Yeah. They couldn't get half court. You didn't even say
because what happened was, I would tell Mo, Larry, you spin them. When you spin them, I'm coming. I'm gonna strip it. You spin them, and they will make sure they spin them, and we will score so many points off that. And what we
40
do is
points on defense, Byron.
we would score 10 points in a matter of 45 seconds because of defense. And when the ball went through, what I was touching them as a quarterback, I'm gonna get it. You guys just release. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get the rebound, or I'm gonna get the ball that comes to the net, and I'm gonna send it to you, the Mo or Larry. One of you guys are gonna score. Don't worry. Just go. Just release. And that's how quick we scored. But defense was the key. It was the key. You have to be aggressive. You have to be nasty. You have to have the attitude. We came out to another one bites the dust every week. Another one bites the dust. And
it was relentless. It was relentless, man.
Relentless.
You guys,
relentless. Yeah. And let me tell you something, Vic. Let me tell you something real quick, Vic. Try to cut you off. I apologize.
No. You just. I wanted you. I wanted you to make. You're the main here. It's you and Mo.
Yeah. I seen from the time from when you were playing. Well, it was playing with us a little bit earlier. You were coming around and playing with us, and you were just watching because you were a student of the game. When you went to college, that's when you exploded.
Yes.
That's when you put it all together.
I was a college higher level player than high school, right?
You put it all together. When you would say, "Oh, now I see what they're talking about. Now I got it." And you got it, bro. You got it. You did get it.
Hey, I remember. How tall are you? How tall are you, Dale?
Huh?
How tall are you?
6'2", playing center.
6'2", used to sky out of the gym. And let me tell you, the number one shot, I thought at least, was that right and left corner shot. The second you got that ball in the right corner or left corner, it was money.
And you got to remember too, Vic, that we didn't have 3 point shot back
No
then.
3 points, right? Exactly. Yours was deep. Yours deep two shot points. If you guys would have had 3 points back then, it would have been disgusting to score. Because remember,
it would have been a mess.
Yeah, because you and Larry shot deep balls. You two shot the deepest balls.
No, but let me tell you, Lily, who I coached also, who I love, Lily Grant. I played with Stacy. The difference between Larry was one of the best basketball players I've seen. He was. I seen Chad, which I played with after school night. Chad, Butchie, Louie, we all put it together. Well, I've seen them all. Like I said, all the way back to the Urbanskis. The difference between Mo and Larry was Larry was a basketball player. Mo was an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
Larry couldn't play football. Larry couldn't run track. Mo did it all. There's a difference of a basketball player and an athlete. Mo was an athlete.
Yes, he was.
It's a big difference.
Yes,
People understand the difference of a basketball player and the shooter and the scorer.
Yeah, don't slight this. Just think about this. Larry Rudolph, I played, my senior year when he came around, and we used to go, ride around different places. We went to Plainfield. I don't know if you guys know this guy, Kenny Fields, was a two-time.
Kenny Fields.
Kenny Fields was a two-time All-State basketball player there. They have Randy Young was an All-State football player. Larry took them apart, both of them.
Oh yeah,
that's how good Larry was. I was there and saw that.
Oh, Byron, I've seen them all. From my brother Ricky to, like I said, Chad, William, Louie, I've seen them all. I've seen them all, coached them all underneath me. Larry was great at that, but Mo was an athlete.
Yes.
Mo got that football field, like I said.
Sir. Yes, sir. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yeah, hold on, Lee. Yeah.
Hey, Dale.
Punter.
Dale, I used to tease Mo saying Dale Swindell would have surpassed all of your records if you passed the ball to him 1 or 2 times instead of taking it to the yourself.
Hey, he stole the ball from me, man. He stole the ball from me to score.
I know. That's what made me say it.
Make no confusion. On that team, it was either Larry or Mo shooting. If you happen to get the ball, you needed to shoot.
Mo wasn't giving it up. Mo was taking it.
They were not giving that ball up, but they would give Mo that jump shot to Dale in that corner, or Dale would slam dunk it at 6'2". I mean, that's still tall, but you used to sky over guys a lot bigger than you. We had a 6'4" center. That's how big we were.
Vic, you got remember I played 2 years of varsity, and I scored 890 points.
Mm-hmm.
Playing forward. And I didn't have the ball in my hands.
No
but
doubt.
I didn't care. I'm teaching these young kids. Winning is the most important thing. I don't care. Just for example, the 2 times that we went to the tournament, I was MVP of both those tournaments. Both the tournaments, MVP. But we didn't care. Whoever is hot, whoever wins, you got to be unselfish to win. You got to have an attitude and be unselfish. And that's what I'm bringing down. And I wish my boy was here.
Yeah, but you had a lot of steal. You got those steals. They turn, you steal, you score, you play defense.
Absolutely.
And remember, you were playing against, I mean, the Camden and Neptune, their starting guards were bigger than our center.
Oh, are you kidding me? Their guards were 6'4".
They were 6'4", 6'6". They all went to Louisville, most of them. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Pedro Jimenez, who made a comment on Facebook to saying, hey, thanks for the show. And he just, shout out to you, Dale, and to Mo. Zamar Trujillo just sent in a message as well about, she's known Mo forever since shell school, and I know they were close, and, she wanted to send her love to everybody that's on the phone. She's known him since number 9 school. I don't even know where that is. Number 9 school. He was awesome. He was awesome in Shaw. He's also House had a soft spot for him, and he was just everything. And also she goes. She was a twirler, not a color guard. So there's a difference. I apologize. Shout out to color guards and shout out to twirlers. And Byron, you need to help me, bro. You're the co-host. I don't know.
No, not with that one.
I don't know these positions. So they're all great, Dale, right?
My sister was both. Wanda was both.
Okay, well, just help me out.
Right,
okay.
That's right. She was. That's right. I remember.
Byron's sisters were both. He had sisters that were color guards and twirlers. Yep. So
shout out to color guards. Shout out to the twirlers. I just want to make sure if there's any other positions I forgot, I apologize. I didn't know any of all these positions there.
But Vic and Byron, I just want to say this before I hop off. Sure. That when I mentioned earlier of the reunions, the memorable and iconic reunions that we held at the Armory, I am definitely going to get back on that. I am working, and I would love to work with anyone that is interested in working with me on on a scholarship in Mo's name.
Let's do it.
And I want to do that, and it would be with, I want to be able to do that. I know that I don't have to, I don't think it'll be hard to get that. So I would like to do that in Mo's name.
Stacy,
yes,
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Call me when you go off. When we get off, call me, because there's something I can discuss with you about that.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And me too, and me too, Dale. We could have I could set up a Zoom.
No, absolutely. But Stacey, call me, and because there's something I want to discuss with you about that. I don't want to discuss it on air. I'll discuss it.
No. I'm saying, yeah, you guys could do that, but if so, I got some ideas that we do for other funds, charities now. That I may be able to contribute to the whole piece.
No. That would be definitely. There's no cutting out. It's just something personally I want to talk to Stacey.
No. Yeah. I didn't think it's okay. However you want to do it. I'm not gonna. I got a little experience to be able to have it. So there's annuity. Keep going.
Evidently.
Hey.
Yes.
Both of you. I'm on.
You're in.
Okay.
Got it. So look, so before you go though, Stacey, before you go, 2 things, right? One, yes, count me in. Two, the Jersey Boy Sports Talk, we definitely talk about sports. We talk about the NFC, we talk the Giants, we'll talk sports across the board. But we're also, Byron and I are proud representatives of Perth Amboy. And please, we're here to support in any manner we can. And please share our show, follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Spotify. We're even on your smart speaker. If you could just pass this around to everybody, because the more we get, the more we're able to contribute to the show. Because Byron and I don't make anything off the show. I want you to understand that. In fact, we promote nonprofit organizations. Is that correct, Byron?
Yes.
Right. So do you understand? So if you guys can help us out, pass the word along, get people to listen in, comment, whatever, that would help us tremendously to be able to give back to the communities, whether it's to the high school, to whatever. Is that okay with everybody? Is that okay, Stace?
That's
And Dale?
awesome.
Oh, please, brother, come on. You're talking about my brother. What we can do? Like I said, I appreciate you guys what you're doing. Let's do this. Let's represent New Jersey. First Amboy first, but New Jersey also.
That's right.
So just wanted to, make sure you guys understand that we wanted to do this no matter what. We're pretty surprised with the thing. But again, I wanted to say the more that we're out there, the more Byron and I can give back, and
Can I make it funny?
Sure, of course.
I married a zebra, and he had the nerve to think that Chad Kinch was from New Brunswick. I had to laugh.
Whoa. Come on now, Chad.
The Kinch family was born on Patterson Street.
Exactly.
Patterson Street, First Amboy.
I love you all.
Hey, Stacey. Your husband and my son are interested in the zone business, so make sure you call me. The drones, okay?
You know that.
Yeah. We'll exchange in there. Okay, Stacey. So look, all right, Stacey, thank you again.
I love you all.
Yeah,
and
they'll stay on.
Love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it.
As we're starting to wrap up a little bit, we're going a little bit longer. But hey, Anthony, Janelle, I'm going to go down the line so we can say a few words, as we part, to Mo, and then I'll say my last piece. Stay on so we can wrap this up. Anthony, Janelle, you wanna say something?
I'm here. Vic, what a show! I enjoyed it, and I appreciate you and Byron for putting this together. You guys are doing a wonderful thing. Keep up the work. I'm gonna try to tune in with you guys and talk a little sports here and there. And I'm happy to just say I was glad to see you guys, everybody reach out and spread some love about Shasta P. It was beautiful to hear. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Stay on the line. Froggy, you want to say something?
He did already. That was him.
Yeah, like I just said, it was me. This Vic and Byron. I just want to appreciate you guys for putting this together. You guys put this together. It was wonderful to hear everybody share their stories about Shasta P. And you guys are doing a wonderful job. Keep up the good work. Talking a little sports here and there, it's good, but just to hear everybody say what they had to say about Shasta P. it was beautiful to hear. And Ricky Gatiss, I love you, my man. Bobby, you guys, I know Sundays, Dale, like all the hardcore Mo fans that really know him, like for sports, are going to miss him dearly, especially on Sundays. So thank you guys for putting this together. And I enjoyed hearing a lot of the stuff you guys were putting out there. It was beautiful.
Stay on as we wrap this up. I just wanted to go to the next one. Anthony, Janelle. Anthony? Hello? No, you were unmuted. Now you're muted.
Hello?
Okay. All right. Coach Lisa, Shalita.
You'll get it right eventually.
Hey.
Hey.
I enjoyed hearing all of the Mo stories, and a lot of them I already know. But like everyone else said, he's gonna be missed so much. And I'm gonna spread the word. I'm gonna help participate and get involved with Amboy, because I still live in Amboy right now. So I'm here. So when y'all come up, hit me up, let me know what's going on. I'm here to support.
Awesome.
Anthony,
Janelle, I see you're unmuted. Anything? They're muted, but they're silent. Lisa just said, Froggy just said it.
Vic,
Coach,
you calling Vic? Can you hear me?
Yes.
You keep saying Anthony. Are you calling Anthony Fennell, or are you saying Frog? Who you calling?
I'm sorry. There's an Anthony that's.
You guys got to stop with the Anthony stuff.
Well, you're a Frog. We don't know you. I don't even know you as Anthony. I don't know you as Anthony.
Okay?
I don't know who Anthony is. I muted it.
Hey, Vic, just say Funk. That's all.
Funk.
He'll
All
know
right.
who he is.
No, but Anthony's a relative and Janelle's the niece. So are you there, Anthony?
Muted again.
Okay, that's okay. I'm gonna move down. Mr. Janeski, let me unmute him.
Wow.
And thank you for dedicating this program to the memory of Mo. And thank you for keeping the spirit of Perth Amboy alive. Keep up the good work.
Mr. Janeski, again, I'm gonna just tell you as a teacher, as a coach, and just a person, you meant a lot to me. Just, in my high school years and my post-college years, I just want you to know, and you mean a lot to myself, Petrosino, Benny, and a lot of people, but we talk about you a lot because we had you for a class and you were tough. But we just want to say, I don't think teachers get enough of the credit, and, you were a major influence in our lives. So I want to thank you and thank your wife, sir. So thank you for everything.
Yeah, Mr. Janeski, you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, I want to, thank you for, all the things you did for me, when I played for you in high school. You were, a mentor, my secret mentor as well. You're always the sharpest dressed, teacher in the school. And you were just you're the one that gave me the nickname Moses when I played for you that one year, because I was moving a little bit too slow across the field. So I always remember that too. The name stuck with me.
Hello. Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Yes.
thanks, guys. Thanks. Keep it up.
You got it, Coach. All right, hold on a second. Yes, who just said hello? The lady.
It's Danielle. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Danielle. Hi.
Okay. Hi, good evening. I just want to say that my heart is so filled right now. That was my uncle, my day one. 2 hours prior, he had just told me he loved me. So it's so great to hear his legacy that he's leaving behind. And for my kids to know, I had them listening, and it was like, wow, they're talking about Mo, so it was great that you guys did that. And I appreciate the fact that you guys are planning on keeping his legacy alive. So hats off to you. And I'm sure he is completely overwhelmed and honored at this moment. So on behalf of the family, on behalf of my aunts and my cousins, we thank you. We thank you all. Del, we love you. Stacy, love you. Frog, love you. Love you. I'm Mama. He called me Mama all the way to the end. And I
So
just
this
appreciate
is Danielle.
Mr.
This is
Byron.
Danielle, correct?
Yes, Mr. Byron, Mr. Arocho. I appreciate you guys. God bless.
Just call us Victor and Byron. We feel real old when we get Mr.
You guys.
Okay. So I apologize. I had Anthony Janelle instead of Danielle. So Frog, that's where I was messing it up. So Anthony was with you. So Danielle, and
Anthony is my husband.
Yes, and this was an honor for
He
your
was
uncle.
the photographer.
And I'm so glad that you. Oh yeah, it's awesome. He did a great job. Make sure I get some of those pictures. Danielle, this is an honor for your uncle, and I really happy. Danielle, I'm very, very happy that you were you were able to join. Yeah. Hold on. Yes.
It's on Stacy. Thank you.
Love you, Stacy.
I know you do, and I love you back, baby.
I'm so glad you were able to join. It was very, 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 very important to me that you guys reached out. So and thank you. Richie and crew, the caveman crew.
Richie.
Yeah, you know how much we love you guys, bro. We appreciate everything, man.
Any last words for not last words, but any
it's
for Mo and
how much
Bobby and Ricky.
You guys know how much we love Mo over here. This is very tough for us, bro. When you see someone every week, every day, we love it. We miss them tremendously over here. Right, Rick?
Couldn't talk, Rick. I'll get all choked up now.
Yeah, you know how it is over here and stuff like that. We miss them, and we appreciate you guys doing the show and everything. And Mo used to say, Panther pride. Once the Panther, always the Panther, guys. You know what I mean?
Always a pastor.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And Dale,
y'all see my hat,
Patsy's
right?
forever, Dale.
You see my hat,
Patsy's
right?
forever.
You see the
Got it,
hat?
brother.
Yeah, y'all see the
Never-
hat, right?
He never forgets that Apache's forever, bro. You know, so
Got it, brother.
you know we love him, and we'll see you soon. Vic, Byron, great job, brother. Love you.
All right, good. Hold on before we wrap this up, okay?
You
And
got
Lily, you want to have any last words before we wrap this up?
Somebody got a dog.
We got something. All right, William. All right. Okay, because I want to make sure I tail end this for Dale.
Put your substitute down.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping our show up. So Dale, I'm gonna let you close out some words. Is that okay? But let me just I'm gonna wrap this up so you guys know how me and Byron wrap this up all the time. It is in this manner, and this is something dear to Byron and some of our co-hosts. It's a good show, so you guys should come on in. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this up with the Gary Sinise Foundation. That's Gary SINISE Foundation.org. Okay, that is a foundation for first responders and our military. And these are his quotes: freedom and security are precious gifts that we as Americans should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hands in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show the gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little bit more. Gary Sinise. It's an organization for our military. It's an organization for our first responders. Just think of them. I know Richie served, Byron served, his sister served. My dad was a bronze medal. So I'm sure probably a lot of the people that served on this phone. So we wrap our show there. Our show, the Jersey Boy Sportscast, is every Thursday. When is it, Byron?
Thursday night at 8:00.
What time is it at, Byron?
8:00.
Okay, and it's on the same channel, so you can listen to us. We're live Facebook, we're live YouTube, Stitcher, Twitter, Spotify. You could say, hold on a second. You could say, go to your smart speaker, Jersey Boy Sportscast. So every Thursday at 8 p.m. we are live. We never miss. I miss sometimes. Byron has never missed. As you know, Byron's retired, and thank you for your service as well, Byron. Dale, like I said, you're the key with all the family members and so forth. So Dale, I want you to wrap this up for us, and we want to support any manner we can. Again, remember our show. As you can see, we're all on every channel you could possibly be. Dale, why don't you bring us some stuff with you guys, baby.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining this show tonight. And once again, Vic, Byron, I want to thank you guys for keeping Amboy alive. It's very important. It's very important to me to be back for Amboy with the kids, because I will give back no matter what. Because I believe this. It's very sad that Mo's not here, but I want everybody to understand one thing. If you love Mo, if you really, really love Mo, you'll understand that Mo was a heart that loved everyone. Mo was a heart that gave everything to everyone. So we got to stop the madness of people not loving each other, Perth Amboy, or whatever it's at. Stop the madness. We gotta love each other. Care for the youngsters. Bring people on with us. It's not about what they can do for you. It's about you can do for them. So let's continue this. Let's continue this legacy. Mo would want nothing more, and I would do nothing more for my boy than this to carry on this legacy. Anything we could do to carry on Mo's legacy and carry on Perth Amboy's legacy, with that he would want, we need to do it. We need to stick together. We need to stay together as one Perth Amboy family. And Vic, I will be on with you every night. When you're on, please text me, remind me of the days. I have a bunch of, I will definitely be at practice on Tuesday.
Thursdays at 8 p.m.
You sure? If you want, I'll have Jeffrey on and some of the young kids, birthday boy, on there because I'll be there coaching them. So I will have them on. And there's a bunch of other kids from Birthday Boy and New Jersey to expand your podcast. There's a lot of kids from Bergen Catholic. There's a lot of kids from everywhere that I'm in touch with, training them, and we will expand your podcast to all the young kids, and not just in Birthday, but all the young kids deserve to be recognized and uprooted. Sounds good?
Yeah, that sounds good to us. And you know where Byron and I come from. We stress, obviously we're athletes and so forth, but when I coached and when I played, I stress, being the best you can on the sport. But for me, the number one importance for me is your school.
Good person.
Grades, right? Grades. No, there's no confusion,
Absolutely.
right? Because that's you don't need A's, but you need a B plus. That's it. Right?
Right. Because Byron could recognize this shit on the show. You can do Vic too. But like I told the kids today, if you ain't working out, there's another kid working out, and there's another kid that got better grades than you. So back then, right, Byron, you're athletes. You're a good athlete. They kind of waved that. But now everybody got good grades. Everybody's an athlete. So you got to work hard on both levels. You have to work hard, and we have to get back to training these kids for another mindset.
Yeah.
We're behind. We're behind in Perth Amboy. We're way behind. We have to get them back on the level of
Well, Mr.
not just
Vanessa, the whole
athletics, but
he did. I thought it was pretty easy.
Hold on a second, Dale. Yeah. I mean, you got to work. And let me tell you something. One quick testimony to that is I wasn't for one, I didn't know Mo was a Laker fan. I definitely knew he was a Raider fan. But my admiration for Kobe Bryant post has elevated to a different level, knowing what I know about him today. And I wish I would have known that about him before. So that work ethic is definitely something.
But you know what? You did, because we showed you that.
No, I knew it. Exactly.
Well,
I just didn't know it there.
Well, anything. You got to work hard. You've got to work hard, Vic, and you know that. You took that.
Got to put in the work.
Fourth quarter, baby. Fourth quarter.
Right, man.
Fourth quarter. Man. So Dale, again, thank you for being part of this. You're instrumental to it. A blessing to the Bryan family. Byron, you want to say a few words before I tail it off? I want you.
Tomorrow is the homecoming game, Perth Amboy, just so everybody knows, just in case. They're playing Woodbridge tomorrow, 6 o'clock. I'm going to be up there. Might as well come up for the game. This was a wonderful thing. We got to see a lot of people I haven't seen in decades, and it was nothing but love. Mo was the best. And like you were just saying all night, there was nobody could sit there and say that he did anything wrong to anybody or bad talk to anybody. I've never, I was in law enforcement a long time. I did travel all over the place, and I just never met a person like him where nobody had anything bad to say about this guy.
Yes, absolutely, Byron. You couldn't say it better, brother. Absolutely.
So I want to, we're gonna wrap up the show right now. I got nothing to say other than thank you, Mo, for touching the lives of so many people. And you're going to be missed, but not forgotten. We're going to make sure that. And thank you for embracing a kid from Catholic grammar school into public school and treating me like I was your brother every time you saw me. And I've been gone for some time. And a blessing to Dale and your family and everybody from Perth Amboy. And throw a blessing, everybody, for prayer for the people in Florida got hit by that hurricane.
Yes.
But again, we're gonna go on, and your memories never gonna be forgotten. I want to thank you, and as always, I want to thank my co-host Byron. I want to thank S. Leon Sports, and Santiago Leon, who's our producer, right, Byron? Who we have multiple shows during the week. So S. Leon Sports, subscribe to the Twitter, YouTube. We have sports, we have basketball. Dale, we're if you're interested, we're looking to open up another show, and whether it's in basketball. I met a young lady that's the head coach of basketball from Perth Amboy. If she's interested, we're always looking for opportunities to be able to help people, spread their knowledge and help kids and the youth. So, but Mo, we love you, bro. P-Funk, Amboy forever. And thank you and good night, everybody. And God bless you all. It's almost like you don't want to leave. So thank you.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you,
guys,
Victor and Byron. I love you guys.
There it is.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Love you.
Let's get a dog. Let's get that dog bark from Mo.
Yes. Yes.
Give me a call, because there's a lot of combinations of kids I'm dealing with here training from all different schools. Perth Amboy is our main focus, but I train a lot of kids up here from a lot of schools, so we get them all on and make this podcast succeed.
Yeah, and I got an accident. Remember, Dale, I don't know if you know, I coached AAU down here in Florida. We won 2 state champions.
Awesome.
So God bless everybody. Good night. And P-Mo.
Call me.
Again.
Call me.
Okay, as soon as I pick
Stacy.
up your
That's
number.
Stacy. All right.
I'm gonna inbox you my number.
Victor.
Okay.
Yes. There it is.
All right, thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, guys.